Hello guys and welcome back to another Roblox skyblock video, and you can see my auto farm gone, totally destroyed, and I have built something new, this area. And you may be wondering, really? You made a video to show me this? Well, not exactly. I have actually designed a new auto farm, and it uses sprinklers and fertilizers and all that good stuff, and it is gonna be so much more efficient. I think it's gonna be about 20 times better, probably, just because it uses sprinklers, fertilizers, all that good stuff. So actually, I don't need any of this yet. What you're gonna want to do to get started is making a big thing that's off the ground. Mine is 4 blocks off the ground, because once you're building the collection system, you're probably not going to want it underground, because then if you are in the middle of something and you want to swing by your auto farm, grab some onions or whatnot, so you can get some money to buy something from someone's vending machine or whatnot, you don't want to have to go down, get that, and it's just much simpler to have your collection system on the surface level of your island. So if that's what you want to have, which you're probably gonna, just because it's 20 times more convenient, you're gonna just probably end up with something like this, and you're gonna want to make it like mine is 15 blocks wide. Yes, I made a little mistake. That was really dumb. I accidentally because I built the wall, right? So then I leave it like that, which is incredibly dumb. But whatever. Takes 20 seconds to fix. And yeah, so you can do it. Mine, I made it 15 blocks because I wanted it to be wide, because I really don't like it when it's so tall. It's annoying. And I mean, this really doesn't concern me right now, because it doesn't so much affect me, considering that it's going to take a long time to get to block limit, but it is a thing, so better off to keep it wide. And I just think it looks really cool like this. So pretty much the first thing we're going to start off with is the beginning of the collection system. So I have a bunch of conveyors and an industrial washing station. So if I can just find those conveyors, that would be great. And now here you have a choice. You can make this system 1 block under or not. I am gonna no, not right there, my mistake. So if I can get this block down, you're gonna want to have, this area where my cursor is right now, that is just my front little nice area, and then I'm gonna have glass blocks there. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks back. Then on the 5th block, you're gonna mine it down. If you want to, you can have it on surface layer and then just elevate all that stuff 1 block up. But that's really why I built this, so I don't have to mess with having things like that. So I am going to do that, and I'll be back with you guys in a second once all that stuff is mined out. Okay, so as you can see, I've lowered this area down 1 block, just this one thing, 5 blocks back from where my farm starts. And now what we're going to do is start on the collection system. So what I'm going to do, I don't need a conveyor there. Actually, I do. It's just go like this. Quick tip, wherever you're facing is where the conveyors will transport your stuff to. And we're just going to go here. And now for my 15 block farm, I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. 7 blocks. So that is 2 more conveyors. Should be about right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, oops. 6, 7. Yes, that's right. And this is where my thing is gonna head this ways now towards my industrial washing setup under the surface. So we can even have another totem right here because who doesn't like extra efficiency? So now, this is one block, right? Yes. This thing will stop lagging. I don't know why, but I unfortunately am in a very laggy server. Okay, so now drop down into here. And now is part 2 of the collection system. What you're going to want to do is get some glass panes. And these are definitely not something that you absolutely need to do, but I highly recommend it because this will stop stuff from spilling out or reduce the amount of stuff that spills out, which is, again, just more efficiency. Because you really don't want to be losing so many items if it's not absolutely necessary. So now it might help if you place one block like that, so you can just really, wait, is that, it has to be like, no, that is not going to work right there. So, because I need it right, oh, please don't tell me. Wait, actually, I have a better idea. It might be easier, because the thing with glass panes, they are not actually a full block, so they don't line up right against the edge of the block. They're actually like in the center of the block, meaning that in some cases like there, you're going to have that gap, which, I mean, I really don't like it, because it's just items get stuck, they don't make it to the conveyors, and it just makes the whole thing more complicated, which is, wait, what is going on? Why? Oh, I guess I only had one glass block. Okay, so I'm going to be back once this whole thing is set up. Just get it all working, and then I will be back with you. Okay, so I'm back here. As you can see, I have made this chute. I just need to put in the finishing glass block that I removed. And for the funnel thing, because the purpose of this is I want to get all the onions or whatever into here where they can just kind of also not only hold there, but just fall down and be put into some sort of storage where I can now have them sitting here while they wait to go into the processor. Because the processor is not the fastest thing, and it can only do like 3 things at a time. Additionally, I have space for one coal totem, which is important because the industrial washer does require coal. And now, this is a very expensive thing, so if you're not able to get it, then you can just do this whole thing, just have conveyors there until you get it and use the not industrial one, and then once you get it, you can just remove the conveyors and swap them out for this. Now, that is the first major part of our system completed. And after this, it's more of just, this is the collection system pretty much, the whole entire thing. And I'm going to put about, I'd say, maybe 2 conveyors here. You can do more, you can do less, depends on your personal preferences. The only reason I'm doing 2 is because sometimes they back up if you don't empty the chest fast enough. And I don't want them waiting right there and clogging up that thing and not letting other onions and other crops get through the processor, because then you have clogging, you have stuff despawning, and it leads to a hot, sticky mess that you want to avoid whenever you can. So this is pretty much the entire collection system. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and place some glass around the whole thing. And glass is expensive. You can use something else or just totally skip this step. But especially since this thing is not like inside of the auto farm where stuff can't get into it like on my last auto farm. It's just stuff is going to start overflowing off the conveyor and then it's pretty much lost. So it's just very helpful to have something that will kind of stop it from falling out of the conveyor and despawning, just so you don't lose so many items. And I mean, I'm just going to make it 2 blocks high because if you have any, because I doubt it's ever going to get higher than that because of the way that after so-and-so time it does despawn the items. So now that is our entire collection system. And after this, I just need to set up the farm. And actually, no, I need to add the coal totem to the collection system, or else the crops aren't going to get washed. And then I have a major issue because I want my crops to get washed because oily crops sell for half the value. And honestly, you're not going to be making nearly as much money if you're using just oily crops. So now, the coal totem is very important. Luckily, oh, that's not something I thought about, clearly. I think I'm just going to have to visit my island and head on back there and just make another door, I guess, because I got stuck in the collection system. Well, good thing is, at least I know there aren't any holes in the system, and that is pretty much the most complicated. Now just drop it down right there, and that should be fine. If you really find it necessary, you can add another coal totem, but I doubt it'll be necessary. So now, you're going to grab your conveyors, and you're going to, face that way, and you're just going to put them right along like this. And one thing I want to mention while I'm just placing these down is that if you want, you can have this collection system right there, like with 2 or 3 or as many of those holes as you really want, so you can feed your crops into multiple crop washers. I'm just not going to do that because they're not cheap, and at the moment I only have one. And until your auto farm gets very big, you really shouldn't need that many crop washers. So now, this is, did not mean to do 2. So now, this is pretty much the basic. Oh, no. Okay. Slight mistake. Accidentally, I forgot to add a block for the totems. So pretty much I'm just going to have to mine down this block 1 layer, add grass there. Not a big problem, but yeah. So now, if I can find my onion totems, I think I have enough for the first layer. And you can do this farm with any crop. I mean, you can do all of the crops, really. And they'll work with this farm. I'm doing onions because I have a ton of onion totems. Because my friend Thing Too Cool Dude got a decent amount of them for me. Thanks a lot, Thing Too Cool Dude. And then, now, I only have 1 sprinkler at the moment. So what you're going to want to do for your sprinklers is go 1 block out like that. Wait, there should be, 1 block there. And no, wait, just a sec. I need to move it 1 block that way because it waters 1 block out away from it. So it should look a little bit like that. And then, of course, later on, I'm going to add stuff right there. And now you have 2 options. Let's just remove like 1 or 2 of these for demonstrational purposes. So let's say I have my grass going like that. And now what I can do is now go like that. Grab a water catcher. I have some of them. And these things are very cheap. You really don't need a water barrel because they should have enough. They have plenty of capacity. And I can just go like that. Or I mean, you can do it like that, but I don't know about you, but I think that looks a bit boring. So, and I mean, why? What you can do is you take the water thing, and if you place it on top of the conveyors, you have to just get it up. I think that's how it's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure. But you have to just get it in that right place, and I think that was it, yes. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, that's how it goes. Because now, look, you're placing the blocks to go on top of this same level, like horizontal or maybe it's vertical, whatever, layer for these blocks as you would if you had it over there. And it just honestly, there's plenty of space for crops to pass underneath. And I'm just doing it like this. I think it looks cooler. It's really up to you. I mean, they have like a range of 9 blocks or so. So, does it affect the performance? No, not really. And now you can either place water catchers on every conveyor or just on the first however many. Like every other or every third, because they have more than enough water to keep one sprinkler constantly supplied. And like they have a range of about 9 blocks. And now, don't need this anymore, or this, or this. I can just find this thing, the soil plow thinger, and my onion seeds. I know I have those onion seeds. Yes. Okay, so now grab those. And now just plow the soil here. And then, of course, eventually I'm gonna do more sprinklers. But for now, I don't have any more because they do require crystallized iron. But they make the onions grow like a whole minute faster. So not only they are, even though they're expensive and they do take up a block, it's worth it. And now we have one last step, which is kind of, I guess you could say, a glitch. Hopefully it doesn't get patched. But even if it does, it really won't do that much damage to the auto farm. It'll just be slightly less efficient. And that is, if we place down the fertilizer and then a totem. Okay, so I need to place one more there. And then or 2 more I need. I'll do that later. But if a totem picks up the onion, it shouldn't make the fertilizer go away, unlike if you were to manually do it. And that is the first part of the auto farm. As you can see, the sprinkler waters. And now, once the onions grow, totems harvest them, drop them onto there, de-oil them, go into the chest, and that is pretty much the basic idea. Now, this farm is easily stackable, and then what you're probably going to want to do is just reverse it and just make the same thing facing the other direction on this side of the conveyor, because it's more efficiency. So it's just a better farm altogether. And that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and this auto farm comes out well for you. It's incredibly efficient because I have done some testing. And please do subscribe because I'm trying to hit 20 subscribers. See you all next time, and goodbye.